The Punisher, aka Frank Castle, stands out in the Marvel Universe because of his uncompromising approach to crime. He kills criminals. His form of vigilantism often sparks intense debate, but a case can be made that it makes sense in the context of his world, especially when contrasted with traditional superheroes who adhere to a no-kill rule. Here's why. 1. Realistic consequences for crime. Unlike heroes like Spider-Man or Batman, who incapacitate villains and hand them over to authorities, the Punisher eliminates the possibility of repeat offenses. In the real world, criminals often find loopholes in the justice system, returning to terrorize innocent people. Frank Castle bypasses these flaws, delivering permanent justice to those he deems irredeemable. A prime example from the comics is his war against the mob that killed his family. If he left them alive or trusted the law, their influence and corruption would likely ensure they went free. 2. Deterrence through fear. The Punisher's reputation alone is enough to deter many would-be criminals. While traditional heroes inspire hope, Castle inspires fear, a much more immediate and primal motivator for those considering a life of crime. For hardened criminals, the fear of death can be more effective than the risk of imprisonment. Villains in Gotham, for instance, joke about being caught by Batman because they know he'll stop short of killing. Against the Punisher, there's no joke, only finality. 3. Moral complexity in a broken world. Castle operates in the moral gray, recognizing that some systems and people are beyond saving. He doesn't pretend to be a symbol of hope or a role model, he's a product of tragedy. This makes his actions relatable to readers who are frustrated with the inefficiencies of justice systems in both fiction and reality. For example, his decision to kill corrupt officials and untouchable kingpins shows his understanding that certain evils can only be eradicated through extreme measures. 4. Accountability and ownership. Unlike heroes who rely on the justice system, Castle takes full responsibility for his actions. He doesn't shift blame or rely on others to finish the job. His solitary nature and lack of superpowers make his mission feel raw and personal. Every action is deliberate, every killer choice he owns. 5. A reflection of a flawed society. The Punisher's methods reflect the failure of traditional justice and the naivety of the superhero code. A system that repeatedly allows villains like the Joker or Green Goblin to escape and kill again seems fundamentally broken. Castle's approach cuts through that cycle, ensuring the villain's terror ends permanently. Why it makes more sense than the no-kill rule. 1. Villains don't reform often. Most iconic villains are depicted as irredeemable. Allowing them to live often leads to more innocent casualties. Frank's methods prevent these recurring tragedies. 2. Psychological toll of mercy. Heroes like Batman struggle with guilt over the lives lost due to their inaction, e.g., Jason Todd's death at the hands of the Joker. The Punisher avoids this internal conflict because he acts decisively. 3. Victim-centric justice. Frank's mission is driven by empathy for the victims, not idealistic principles. By ensuring that criminals pay the ultimate price, he offers closure to those harmed by evil. 4. Action over symbolism. Traditional heroes often become symbols rather than agents of change. The Punisher isn't interested in being an icon, he's interested in results. The downside. Critics of the Punisher argue that his methods perpetuate a cycle of violence, desensitize society to killing, and erode the moral high ground heroes are supposed to uphold. However, in a world where traditional methods continually fail, Castle's approach is undeniably practical, albeit brutal. Conclusion. The Punisher embodies a darker, more realistic response to crime, one that many find cathartic. His form of vigilantism addresses the frustrations people feel about the inefficiencies of justice, offering a stark alternative to the idealistic, then often impractical, no-kill philosophy of traditional superheroes. While morally contentious, it's hard to argue with his results. Once the Punisher is involved, the problem doesn't come back. If you enjoy deep analysis like this about your favorite comic book characters, please leave a like and share. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys and see you on the next one.